Welcome to this week's Anglers Channel Insider Podcast, brought to you by Ranger Boats. Still building legends one at a time. Now here are your hosts, Chris Brown and Jason Duran.
Super excited to welcome you to this week's Anglers Channel Insider Podcast. Spent a little time in Nashville last Wednesday. Got invited up to see the guys at Pro Charging Systems, also known as Dual Pro. If you own a Ranger, you know all about a Dual Pro battery charger. If you don't own a Ranger and you want to know more about a Dual Pro battery charger, go to dualpro.com and check out the Dual Power battery charger. They took my other battery charger out, the Dual Pro that came in the boat, and they put a Dual Power in, all right? So you know on most battery chargers that we all have, you've got 4 leads, right? One to your cranking battery and one for each trolling motor battery, right? This one has 2 leads, one for your cranking battery and one that goes across your trolling motor battery. So it charges everything as a pack. Get it? Yeah. And then there's another system involved called the B.O.S, or Battery Optimization System, that basically looks at all 3 trolling motors, trolling motor batteries. And it looks at the weakest battery in that group and said, hey, what's your problem? And it starts charging it more, and it starts feeding power to it to get it up to where the other 2 are. And the best analogy given to me by one of the owners at Dual Pro was you take a Coke and you fill a glass with it, right? Mm-hmm. As you're filling that glass, what's on top of that Coke? It's all that fizz. It's the head, right? All that fizz. And most people stop right there. When the fizz gets to the top, they stop, right? And you still got more Coke in the can, right? Yep. That's what most battery chargers do. They go to a point and they stop. They're like, all right, you're full, you're good. And they go into maintenance mode. Well, this one, it's a big heat sink deal. Actually weighs about 15 pounds less than the Dual Pro, the PS4 I had in there that most of us have and run. But basically, it gives you continuous 15 amps to both banks, right? And most of them, when they get hot, they cut way back on the power. Well, this one's got these heat sinks, so it dissipates the heat. So it just keeps on running at 15 amps, but it monitors all the batteries. And so that fizz we talked about in the Coke, it says, I see your fizz, and I'm going to raise you until the fizz is gone, and I can fill it all the way up. So what it does is it might click off for a second or back off for just a second, and then when the fizz is gone, then it just keeps on going. Your battery's 100%. Plus, it charges, I think, like twice as fast. Weighs half as much and charges twice as fast as the previous Dual Pro. And the cool thing about it is, on my phone, I have an app called ProView Link, right? And I can show you guys some pictures, and I'll show you more about it. But basically, I'm looking at both banks of batteries and then the B.O.S system on my phone. Boat's below me right there beside the garage. Yep. I can look at it real time. So no more do we have to walk out of the, like you can kind of see the voltage there, maybe how it's charging.
Yeah, that's pretty
cool.
You
can see all the information. And then the B.O.S system will show you all 3 batteries at one time and tell you where all 3 are at. So that's pretty slick. But basically, you can walk outside, and you get back from dinner, you plug it in, you go in, get your shower, get your tackle ready, get everything ready to go, and you wonder, man, I wonder if my batteries are charging. You walk out, you got to undo the cover, open the lid, see what's going on. No, just pull your phone up, hit the app. It'll tell you everything's going on right there in the spot. So pretty cool little deal, Bluetooth in. So spend a little time with those guys. And the best part about that deal, made in the USA. Right there in Laverne, Tennessee, just south of Nashville. So spend a little time with those guys. That was cool. If you're looking for a new charger, check them out, dualpro.com. Or if you're getting ready to order a new boat, make sure you ask your dealer, hey, can you put a Dual Pro in there? I'd love to have one. So have you guys check that out, dualpro.com.